Mimishikawa meme. So today we're going to learn about verbs, introduction to verbs, and we're just going to focus on singular, meaning something I do, something you do, and something that a third person does. Now, the prefix that indicates who does the action is what we call the subject prefix. Can also be called a pronoun, but you will be using prefix, subject prefix. So you remember pre is something that comes first. So ni is something that I do. So I am ni. Ti is you are, and nothing is a third person or an animal that's doing the action. If you notice, here we have a dash, which indicates that it needs to be attached to something. So remember that Mexicano, as well as other Nahuatl dialects, they are agglutinating, meaning that there are different parts that you attach together, which functions as a word, but functions as a sentence as well, like in English or in Spanish. So what does that mean? So let's take, on the left, we have the verbs that we're going to use. The first one is choca, choca, right? Choca, kichtosneki, it means to cry, right? So to cry. So choca means to cry. If you want to say that I cry, you would say ni choca. Ni choca, I cry. Ni choca. Ni choca. If you want to say you cry, then it's di choca. And for the purpose of teaching just the basics, we're just sticking to the present tense. Okay, what's happening right now? What happens right now? So ni choca, I cry. Di choca, you cry. And if you want to say he cries or she cries or they cry for a third person, then we're just going to say choca, right? Choca. If you look up in the dictionary, you'll find the definition choca, right? To cry. But it also means that a third person cries. Choca, right? So we can say choca, choca, choca. And we're already saying he cries, she cries, or they cry for a third person. Choca. So let's practice the pronunciation. Repeat after me. Ni choca, ti choca, choca. Right? So same like in English or Spanish, the CH, or in English it depends on the word, but I think the word chapter, chocolate, which comes from now, it's choca, right? Let's do the next one. Quizá. Now, quizá means to leave or to exit. Let's bring out a visual so you can see what that means. So, to leave or to exit, right? Quizá, quizá. Remember, still Spanish-based orthography, so this is pronounced like qui, right? So, if you want, go ahead and give it a try. Remember that the subject prefix ni is I, di is you are doing the action, and for third person, you just say the verb. So let's do it together. If you want, you can pause it and try it on your own. but we're going to go ahead and go over the answers. Ni quizá, di quizá, and quizá. Now let's practice the pronunciation. Come on. Repeat after me. Ni quizá, di quizá, quizá. Right? So we can say quizá. She exits, she leaves. Quizá. Now let's go on to the next verb, which is pilla. Now, if you notice, we have this little sign here, meaning that it needs an object. So go ahead and go to the introduction to transitive verbs video, and I'll explain it more. But here, we're going to use that nikpilla. Nikpilla. This is the object, right? Nikpilla, and then we can bring out maybe an item, like, for example, let's see. We have tecoli, right? Nikpilla, tecoli. I have a pencil. Nikpilla, tecoli. I have a pencil. We could say se tecoli, a pencil. Se is a, tecoli. Nikpilla se tecoli. I have a pencil. Nikpilla se tecoli. Right? So, kenami mo ihtoa, you have a pencil. So go ahead and give it a try. You can pause the video, but we will go over the answers right now. Tikpilla se tecoli. You have a pencil. Tikpilla se tecoli. This right here, the object is referring to, well, the object, which is the tecoli. Kinami mo ihtoa, she has a pencil, or he has a pencil, or they, for a third person, has a pencil. Go ahead and give it a try. Again, for the transitive verbs, we have the introduction for transitive verbs videos in English and Spanish, so go ahead and give it a try there in this channel, Introduction to Transitive Verbs. You would think it would be this, right? Pilla. But that's not how the language works. We have to use ki. Ki pilla se tecoli. Right? She has a pencil, or they have a pencil, or he has a pencil, for a third person. So let's practice the pronunciation. Repeat after me. Nikpia se tecoli. Tikpia se tecoli. Kipia se tecoli. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. The next verb that we have is maltia. Maltia. Maltia, aquí, it means to shower. Maltia. Maltia. So kinami mo ihtoa, how do you say I shower? If you said ni maltia, quale, good. Well, quale, very good. Ni maltia. Ni maltia. What about you shower? Ti maltia. If you said ti maltia, quale, well, quale, very good. What about he showers, like we see in this image? He showers. Maltia. Quale, right? So just saying mal día, you're already saying he showers, right? Mal día. So let's practice our pronunciation. Mi mal día. Repeat after me. Mi mal día. Di mal día. Mal día. Right, so let's try the next one. The next one is flaqua. Flaqua. The pronunciation of that slushy L. Right, we also have a video on this channel to pronounce that. So you can start with the regular L, so laqua, and then do like a slushy sound. Flaqua, ni flaqua, flaqua, right? So let's go ahead and bring a visual out. Flaqua, right? So we have someone eating, right? So kinami mo ito wa, how do you say I eat? Ni, and then you attach the verb. Ni flaqua. Come on. Ni flaqua. Ni flaqua. Ni flaqua. What about you eat? Di flaqua. Di flaqua. What about she eats, like we're seeing here? Flaqua. 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 So let's practice our pronunciation. Let's repeat after me. Ni flaqua. Di flaqua. Flaqua. Well, quale. So that's it for this lesson. Di moitasque. See you all on the next lesson.